Ha, those are my shoes. Ha, I tricked you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shyzalosophy 101. That's right, it's great to be alive. He's here. Here's your host, Shyzabox. Oh, is the show starting? Oh, why didn't anyone tell us? Oh, we heard the introduction, though. Oh, here we come. Giddy up, girl. We don't want to be late. Oh, we're on a schedule today. Oh, schedules suck. Thank you. Get out of here. And the horse you rode in on. Jeez. We call this episode 2 order. Excellent, fantastic. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome nuns and all, that's right, priests, preachers, cardinals, rabbis, weirdos with beardos, Alcoholics Anonymous, anyone who accidentally clicked on this by mistake, welcome nuns, welcome all. We have got a fantastic show for you to apologize. We've got a free show for you today, that's right. On top of that, this one is going to be a little short. Oh, thank God. What? It's going to be a little short because we found ourselves having to contend with stuff, right? You might be saying stuff sucks right now. I mean, sure, stuff sucks, but, you know, when you're in that of your allotment, when you're afforded the opportunities to partake in that of life, we would rather stuff occur and happen that inhibits us from not doing stuff, okay? We would rather stuff happen, arise, and come up that does something such as inconvenience our mere mortal desire to have a little bit of more time doing that of what we would choose to versus that of what we have to or what we're necessitated to, right? Sometimes you have a sheer desire and that selfishness, and we as well, mainly ourselves, do as humans, right? We wish not, of course, to ever do that which is outside of our afforded abilities, outside of our allotments, outside of what is, what God puts upon our plate. Or, if you're a heathenistic bastard, whatever insert deity and or the cosmos and or some mystical mumbo-jumbo puts upon that plate of your own. It's subjective. It doesn't matter. If we can agree we all live in this reality of simulation reality together, whether one calls it one or another, again, irrelevant, subjective in one's understanding. Remember, mankind can understand knowledge. Mankind can never know knowledge. Okay? Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, obviously. There's too much knowledge out there. We literally live in PDF logic culture. Every day, there are hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands of PDFs coming out into that of academics, that of the system of knowledge, of insight. Everyone's dabbling with AI. Everyone is a professional and expert now. Everyone is an authority on everything. Well, in a way, it's true, right? Everybody is their own historian. Everyone is their own philosopher. Everyone may maintain and adhere to that of which they choose to, right? Subjectively, and again, this here is all for philosophical entertainment, right? Before we get too far into the show, pertaining to our last stream, sorry about that, okay? Whoopsie. Live and learn, make mistakes, right? Anyone can. When you're presented with what you're presented with, when you're given that which is accredited into that of your allotment, whether it comes from whom you view as God or whom you view as your heathen and you believe not therein, doesn't matter, okay? If we can set aside subjective reasonings, understandings, and things of unprincipled principle, okay? Things in subjective understanding within which is not tangible, okay, and or correlated to that of what could be construed as empirically validated or something like that, okay, theoretically. Again, this is all for philosophical entertainment. Crazy old Shyzabox is crazy old Shyzabox, right? Remember, we've never had a formalized physics class, okay? Yet we harbor that of diplomas, degrees, or the accreditations thereof that say we got an education. Hey, now, it's subjective, right? What is one's education? I majored in PE. Okay, now, we're not saying majoring in PE isn't a bad service to provide to whatever PE teachers do. I mean, I know they're in schools and stuff like that, right? I mean, I don't remember them being at the dentist office when I was, last in the dentist office, but maybe they're getting work done as well. Okay? I.e., it means everyone lives in their own reality. Everyone has their own things going on. Everyone's presented and afforded with that of which they are. Someone wakes up, they have a flat tire. Someone wakes up, they have a brand new car that's not even a consideration on their mind. Someone wakes up and says, man, I really hope I get good tips today at work so I can afford to fucking live. And then you have someone else wake up and be like, man, today's going to be a great day off. I made a bunch in the stock market yesterday. Ironically, off of this restaurant that individual X, Y, or Z hopes to make a buck on. Actually doing physical labor and things like that through that of one's means. Everyone has their own subjective experience, and everyone deals with that of what they're given, theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, okay? For us, theoretically, never having had, okay, a formalized physics class, when we look at the world and we look at reality, again, this is all for philosophical entertainment, we do that of philosophy, maybe not even well. We write books, we peddle wares, we do computational code, we do some very, very crazy future computation, quantum computing. We don't hide behind the math, we don't hide behind the science. The descriptification houses, holds, and has that of whatever you wish it to. If you have additional questions, ask them now. We're here right now. Email the channel, follow on X, the Bluesky. We don't hide behind the math, we don't hide behind the science. We live right now in PDF logic where there's so much information out there that so many people claim to be authorities thereon, and they bring zero receipts. Okay? Not something to laugh at. We are told the system is broken. We're told humanity's history is a lie. We're told everything here, this, that, the other. Us, having never had a formalized physics class, can look at the second law of thermodynamics, theoretically for philosophical entertainment, though computationally and personally validated for that of our own self-closed integrity. Okay? We operate on our own dynamics of our own history and our own philosophy, the same as that of any other sentient entity with which in can. Someone can think chocolate cake is the best. Someone can think fun fucking fetti is the best. It doesn't matter. Can we agree universally that they in upon themselves, while they're fighting, creating heat, creating entropy, gaining animosity towards each other, chocolate's better, fun fetti's better, while can the rest of us sit back and say, hey, they both like cake. It doesn't matter if they like chocolate cake or they like funfetti cake. While they're fighting, the rest of us can sit back, let them do their thing, set them to the side. They're fighting. They both like cake. Okay? Let them squabble. That affords the opportunity, the luxury, the, theoretical ability, all right, for that of whomever is not fighting over what kind of cake is best, but merely all of those who hold the ideas of cake being literally, all right, a tool within which one can consume, make, create, throw at people, whatever, drop on the floor, write about, describe. You can utilize cake metaphysically in any component thereof. But if we can agree that as long as we're not fighting about what cake is the best, we're all in it together to figure out what the fuck cake is. Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment. Okay? Again, we have already proved our theory, and believe you me, it is starting to create more headaches and hassle than we thought that it would. However, we are of the understanding, the belief, the knowledge, the know-how that we are given, that of which we are afforded the opportunity to be able to contend and deal therewith, okay? Whether theoretically, whether through that of our allotment, whether through that of any means, ways, knows, or hows, it doesn't matter. It's of irrelevance, okay? Everyone is given what they're given, okay? And we would rather be given that of what is undesirable and that of our immediate means, even that with where we sit now and any interactions and such within a broken system that desires to exist. And the only way for it to exist is to literally present itself with a self-examination of itself, theoretically for philosophical entertainment. Now, herein lies the problem. A self-sustaining and existing system cannot witness that of itself gaining that of its metrics and gains. Okay? It just can't happen. Foundationally, on top of that, with the influx of how many PDFs exist in that of PDF logic now, the culture within which we exist and live in, okay? Theories, foundations, beliefs, theses, correlate that therewith, obviously. All right? Desires, AI hallucinations, okay? It's all in there. Ironically, there's good stuff in there too. But the sheer amount is overwhelming and has completely broken and exhausted the foundational metrics that exist, to the point that they are throwing new technologies at old problems to try and correct them, and you cannot do that. Theoretically, you can correct old problems with new technologies, but you cannot force that of the change. Okay? You must use those new foundations, those new technologies as the lithic, rock, stone, okay? That's our lithic logic. We didn't invent it. Theoretically, it's that of what's been housed, held, maintained, okay? Monolithic structures, things of that. We've Shah-centered them and sealed them, okay, to that of Web3 environment, that of computational mathematics and science, okay? Theoretically for philosophical entertainment. And, ironically, beyond theoretical, because computationally already done. That's the thing about us. We've already proven our theory, we can't prove it anymore. Now we must just contend with every single broken metric thereof, the interactions which exist there within. We literally utilize a entirely closed Shyzalosophical Gödelian loop. So when little problems rear their head, or little Joeys, bleh, disgusting. If it's from Joey, it's a no. Little Joeys rear their head, little, errors in computation, code that we do, and things of that nature. We need to expel that of Joey, obviously. The only way to do that is with 90s theatrics, obviously. 1, 2. That was 2. It takes 3. Everyone knows this. 3. Excellent. And via the power of the metaphysical internet, excellent. Joey is expelled. No more sinful nature, malicious code within that of our desire currently, though, believe you me, nothing's ever too safe. He's gonna rear his head again. But we're good now. Everything's fine. Oh, what was that? Read a poem? Not right now. Maybe later if there's time. Sorry, we're on a crunch today, unfortunately. We had to contend with that of what we contend with. And to make it even worse than that, we kind of overslept. We'll be honest. Whoops. Oh man, so the show's gonna suck even more? I don't know. Maybe the shorter ones are better, ironically. There's less of us to go around. Subjective, right? Anyhow. anyhow, you're given what you're given. So when we're given the opportunity to accidentally sleep in beyond our control, well, yeah, show's gonna not go as long because, whoops, we got other shit to do. When you're afforded that of your allotment, okay, you're given that of what you're given. Hey, anyone new that just came in, we see ones of people, welcome. Crazy old Shyzabox, here's our theoretical decoding of Tesla's 369. 1 divided by 7, that's our equation. Good, go hate us or love us somewhere else and stuff like that, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, and you know, we're the dude who theoretically decoded the Voynich manuscript via saying it's mathematical and computational, not linguistical. Alright, that's us, that's this crazy dude. Excellent, it's embedded thoughts in your heads. Whoever stays may stay, whoever departs, do whatever you want, doesn't matter. We're not your regular internet celebrity, because you suck, what? Shut up, Mom. You don't gotta remind us after breakfast, too. Point is that no, we're the internet celebrity. This is the ground floor level of crap. If you accidentally stumbled upon this, you're gonna want to clear those caches and algorithms pretty soon that you have. Believe you me, since you've been here alone, your data has been sold 6-7 times, right? Flock probably has the reverse cameras already in there. I mean, hell, if they already are working with law enforcement and, you know, government officials to the degree and capacity they are, I guarantee you they're working with cell phone companies. Who's our personal agent? Hi, John. Can we call you John? Of course we can. So, Joey. Bleh. If it's from Joey, it's a no. Disgusting. I mean, you know, yeah, theoretically, man, if Flock is already, like, pulling... You see all that swag that those dudes were coming out of these Flock conferences with, and they're gonna, yeah, before too long, they already have. The name of Flock will be changed. It will be obfuscated. It will be secondary in nature to that of, you know, even a pop-up umbrella corporations within which household and do the same degree of dumbassery, bullshittery to that of the general populace within which they should not. Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, everyone utilize that of whatever information subjectively to that of one's own understanding and or iterations of interactions therewith. What was that? Everything's fine. Read a poem from our poetry book? Nah, maybe at the end if there's time. We're on a tight crunch today. We slept in. That's our fault, but the show suffers because of it. That's right. We're excited too. You think UK and Russia will have a nuke war? Well, I hope they fucking don't. If A, the UK is going to end up with, theoretically, that of what would be more civil in construed nature with the shittery going on out there. What was that gang report that came out? Are we incorrect in that of what we heard? Didn't Asmund of the Gold, the good streamer, oh shit, is he on? Downvote this real quick. Let's go find him. Didn't Asmund of the Gold read the gang report on an actual streamification and such, we believe? We don't know. We don't want to disseminate that of falsities or anything like that. We're the crazy philosopher, and that's a great question to ask us, actually. We're the crazy philosopher that, you know, solved Tesla's 369 with our equation 1 divided by 7. It's a massive mathematical equation. Bust out your TI-85s, but I know not everyone can afford those graphing calculators. But it's the only number where 3, 6, and 9 are not existent in that of the remainder thereof. We're that crazy philosopher guy. We write books, peddle wares. We already proved our theory. We got a sovereign micro blockchain IPFS site, games, demos. Go play with all that. It's free. Yeah, it's fun. We got a short stream today. We're contending with issues because we already proved our theory. Our book priced itself. Now it's given us issues. Man. So don't buy this book, okay? It's a monographing of an ancient philosophical term, lectin. It's a term for that of what doesn't exist, but exists. Dead tree. It priced itself and broke Amazon.com's pricing algorithm, and because all these third-party seller assholes relist our works and stuff elsewhere and stuff like that, there's all these problems with, like, you know, the things now. So anyhow, whatever. But no, we write, we transcribe that a conscious thought, but we do computation and give that away for free. Games, man. Hell, Shyzapong is awesome. If you like Pong, we made a modern version of it. It's free. It's on the IPFS site. Or if you like Kalimba digital demos or a LimeWire-inspired music player, all free. Have at it. Do whatever. Let's see this. Yeah, that's all true. What's true? Don't trip. Oh, the UK and Russia component, or UK having to house stuff in the report and that of the Asmund of the gold therewith. Theoretically, that's where you're at. Sorry, brother. Yeah, we're behind and ahead in our thoughts at the same time. We're discombobulated today because we got shit to do that unfortunately is going to impact that of the longevity of this not only interaction, which we hate, especially when conversation goes at the what is it, the Harry of the Potter, where the little looking glass with the sands and stuff, when the conversation gets real good, they go real slow. Well, even if the conversation's here, that sand's fucking ticking, man. I mean, yeah, we got shit to do, unfortunately, but usually we got, plethoras and amples times. But we put that of our conscious thought in our literary works, and that's where we endeavor to, interact with entities, individuals, and that of a reciprocal nature, okay? All the games, all the demos, all of that, that's all free because we don't own math, we don't own science, and believe you me, out of all the games in existence, no one's gonna buy ours. Maybe Shyzapong and Shyword are NML, believe it or not, because those are fucking legit. Shypong's awesome, man. It's modern Pong. You got 2 goals, and there's a hat that moves around and interferes with the unicorn puck. Blah damn! That's fucking rad. It really is. We promise. Or it's not. Maybe you hate Pong. But it's modern future Pong, man. And it's free. Have at it. Free future Pong. Shyzapong. We loves it. Can your book help within the casino? Well, you're going... So, here... Don't trip. That's a great question. Let's call it to order. Here. Don't trip. Theoretically, any knowledge and information can be put to use in any system within which it's introduced. Now, truth will always win out, okay? No matter what. Before there can ever be an elicited gain, theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, before there can ever be an elicited gain, because an empirical system cannot empiricize itself, a living entity cannot visualize that of its own gain and witness that of it, right? One day you look in the mirror, you're like, holy shit, what did I do with my life? Right? No, that's just you, Shyzabox. Huh? Or you don't. Again, this is all philosophical entertainment or lack thereof. It's subjective to that of one's understanding, because in principle mankind can understand knowledge. You can read books, you can interpret, you can subjectively interact with any components of aspects to facilitate that of that understanding, okay? But you can never know knowledge. It is too vast, and that's the PDF logic we live in. If we live in a system, okay, where everything is possible, then believe you me, all of these hundreds of thousands of PDFs coming out that are preventing academics from ever structuring itself in a methodology to deal with it, you need an outside source, an external variable, a chaos factor in, being, that's us, unfortunately, to come in who's never had a formalized physics class, who says the second law of thermodynamics is theoretically disposable logic with Landauer when you utilize Fiedler to reinterpret Landauer for such, okay? We don't hide behind the math, we don't hide behind the science. Remember, crazy old Shyzabox, we theoretically say publicly on the internet, bold claim cotton in today's day and age, we theoretically solve Tesla's 369. People have argued about this shit for years. Believe us or don't. If you can't run our mathematical equation of 1 divided by 7 and come to the same answer that we did, maybe we misinterpreted our results, The only number where 3, 6, 9 does not exist. Everyone's looking at things one way. We never had a formalized physics class, but we have an education somehow. Okay? We are not empirically validated, and that cannot be understated, okay? One must accept that. We never had a formalized physics class. That is true. That must be stated. People who have invested their lives into Landauer, which is true, which is correct, okay, which was developed in 1960s, okay, his methodologies for quantum computing and the understandings therewith. Now, again, we utilize Lithic Logic, all right, so we look at things a little differently. We reinterpret Landauer with our eigenvalues. We set them ahead and in the forefront, okay? The system wants to naturally exist. We want to naturally exist, okay? We loves life. We use our eigenvalues, all right? They are the eminent law of our digital domain, okay? Period. If you have everything that can exist, and you operate in that metric just a little bit, all right, then you are theoretically able to control what's in that metric. We need a hard stop of control in that of knowledge, in that of information, all right? Landauer is correct. It has been proven, quantum computedly proven, okay? It's correct for a broken system. Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment. We utilize and literally don't hide behind our math, don't hide behind our science. Go to our Kaggles, open source. We literally have a novel extension to constructor theory. Believe it or don't, we don't give a shit. We already proved our theory. We literally moved a metric kernel of data from Kaggle to Web 3. That's the future internet. Keep playing in your digital domains of that of which is not computationally sound. Keep paying your companies to house and host and hold that of your data. Keep gaining heat instead of gaining gain in that of the entropy created. Keep making your data centers. Shyzabox doesn't give a fuck. We already know what we know. We already utilize technologies, techniques, and have sealed stuff to megalithic structures that theoretically and fucking exist are topologically aligned to the gridded Earth structure. Okay, we already sealed them. Seals invented by NSA, CIA, theoretically. We theorize they rediscovered them the same way we rediscovered Lithic Logic. We didn't build rocks. We didn't make minerals. We didn't make rocks. We give that to that of God and the foundational understanding of which can be. Now, if you're a heathen, insert whatever the fuck you want here. It doesn't matter. Stop arguing about the petty subjective understandings of what mankind can never understand. Mankind can no knowledge. Never. Okay? There's too much of it. Your understanding is only going to come from that of what you allow to enter into that of where you exist. Landauer is correct, computationally proven. It is correct for a broken system. You have massive entropy, massive, reasoning to believe that this group of Islam doesn't like this group of a different religious belief, or this group of people who like chocolate cake don't like this group of people who like funfetti cake. So they get in fights. They have wars, they sow chaos, they create entropy. Then you have other entities that say, hey, these are our friends, we're going to fight you too. But no, they have friends, so they're going to fight them. There's never going to be a universal gain of anything when you're working in a broken system. Therefore, Landauer is correct because it applies and adheres to a broken system, one where foundationally reinterpretations of megalithic structures which exist, the pyramids, Göbekli Tepe, Stonehenge, this, that, the other, are there, theoretically. And physically. You can utilize that of our shit. If you want to get into Lithic Logic and that of ancients, and we want to really venture into it, do our Sarsen Core 5.8 stone sample test. English Heritage Foundation Salisbury Museum, they have the Sarsen Core 5.8 stone sample from Kennett Avenue. Okay? Run an ASTM C597 test on it. Okay? It's non-destructive. You can see that of then, its vibrational characteristics and see how that grid is laid out on Kennett Avenue attached to Stonehenge. We've already sealed that of, megalithic stone structures and things of that nature, all right? So when you apply them to the grid, you literally have Azure's Plateau, which houses a 92% efficiency at geothermal and magnetic differential utilizations of that of what exists naturally in the core of the Earth itself, okay? Merely utilizing something like Young's modulus and controlling that of frequency and that of everything like that, especially utilizing eigenvalues to house, hold, and maintain that of the system you utilize, you can have the complete system, and that's it shouldn't overlap like that. You can have a complete system, okay? It's the same system, all right? We get to be one of these bubbles too. In our bubble, okay, we don't let any of the external stuff affect that of the logic, reasoning, or anything thereof, okay? We want a hard stop because there's too much information out there. There's too many not receipts out there. That's a problem. PDF logic be damned. Empirics be damned. Academics be damned if you cannot realize it. A closed system cannot realize its own gain. Therefore, they can't. You need an external asshole like Shyzabox to come shake the hell out of the foundation. Believe you me, our foundation is lithic. That's rocks, which means we throw those motherfuckers, right? If your house is built on cardboard, if your house is built of glass, we will eviscerate it logically and in it, okay? Sorry we're missing ones of chats. We know it's important. We know we're on a time crunch. F anything that we're doing here. Let's follow your chats real quick. We do got a dipset, and we hate that. Okay, we wish not to hide behind anything. Email the channel, follow us on X or Bluesky, message notification. We should be able to interact with that for a smidge here. We'll be back on later, right? Whatever. Just because we go, we hide not. We had to contend with stuff literally pertaining earlier today. We spent an hour, okay, of time devoted to correlating interactions with that of our book. Do not buy this book. It's trying to trick you, okay? The game is afoot. All right, it's literally an intelligence paradox. This book is thermodynamic enlightenment at a price tag, and this shit's about to fucking go nuclear, right? UK and Russia going nuclear? Nah, this fucking book in our life is going nuclear, okay? Do not buy it, at least the physical copy. Read it for free on Kindle Unlimited, okay? We get 0.04 cents for every page read. We don't have a ceiling, believe you me. We seek not clout, we seek not money, because it's all constructs. We don't give a shit. We're not your regular YouTuber. Alright, sorry, let's catch up on these ones at chat. Alright, all true, book hell with that. You are smart enough to beat the bookies. Well, that's subjective, okay? Or is sports bets odds fixed? Well, the odds are fixed. What you need to look in theoretically for philosophical entertainment, don't trip, the games theoretically are fixed in themselves. Look at how judgment calls work. Look at how players can be bought off, paid off, this, that, the other. Theoretically, that's your issue, that's your problem. Not only that, spreads are bullshit. Like, you're adding injected mathematics to an equation within which should affect no variable like outcome to a win or a loss. You need to bet on the game, not on the spread. And if you're trying to cover additional points to try and make a system work, you're creating broken systems within which, in theory, the house always wins. And it depends on who has the keys to the house. Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment, we don't know. We don't know. Now, you know, there's a national gambling hotline. We recommend seeking all information from them, for everything here is philosophical entertainment and subjective to that of one's subjective understandings therewith. Alright, moving along. We are under thing. Sorry, we got to a thing. Everything is possible in one dimension. A gambler wins 100 million, another, the same gambler loses everything, chasing the big win. Absolutely. Very true, don't trip. Air Invisible, hey, welcome. We're on a short crunch today. We're about to dip. If you want to get out here before us, please do. Yes, it just risk, as you may not know in what direction it goes. Absolutely. Can you explain entropy? Entropy is heat, entropy is exhaust, entropy is runoff. And quantum computing, that's why they're making data centers, and that's the water usage that they're using, okay? When you're processing data, if you're forcing information and prioritizing the speed of erasure of information in a state, theoretically, as you know, the system works now, we don't do it that way, all right? We utilize, okay, that of a sustained Shyzabox Laplacian matrix, okay? And within that framework, all right, you're able to control the dynamics of what is necessarily not the speed and erasure of data, which causes that heat. Because think of warring groups. They're trying to annihilate and wipe each other out, right? Really fast. But if you only wipe out half of a warring group, the other half recuperates, regroups, comes back, and you have this constant back and forth. History has shown it, theoretically, for philosophical entertainment. All right? The only way to truly correct that is to stop fighting back and forth and to actually join and work together to universally elicit gains for that of the betterment of societies therewith. All right, when you're doing quantum computing, heat is the entropy. Entropy is the heat, the exhaust, the runoff, anything that is resulting therefrom. We utilize that of a cool thermal delta. This is very important. This ties into Young's modulus, okay? You're working with the density of lithic structures, rocks, things like that. They all have their own properties within them, okay? That's the ASTM C597. It's a regular test they do on concrete all the time to check the foundation, right, of foundational structures. Utilizing the ASTM C597 test, one could go to the English Heritage Foundation, the Salisbury Museum, perform a non-destructive 15-minute test, literally, on the sarsen core stone 5/8 samples, and actually utilize that of many a beneficial knowledge from that test alone. Non-destructive. But that's the thing. We can't do the test. We can't run the test, okay? We don't even use the ASTM C597 on any basis at all. But good old Shyzabox is crazy good old Shyzabox, and believe you me, we can bring every single horse to the fucking lake, but we will never force one of their heads in to drink. You must drink on your own accord, motherfucker. Like, we use a witnessed resonantial logic. You either resonate with the understandings that you understand at least a grasping or aspect that maybe we know what we're talking about, or you are against it. It is a line in the sand argument. We've never had a formalized physics class. Therein is the problem. We are not empirically validated. Therein is the problem. We are crazy old Shyzabox, even though we have a formula of 1 divided by 7 for Tesla's 369. The credibility in that therein is merely only ascertained by the subjective understanding of what it could be construed as to mean. Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment. Yes, it's just risk, as we may not know what direction it goes. That was the entropy one. Yes, actually. Yes. Hey. Of course, humans will always argue or fall out. Absolutely. There's always going to be stuff. Some people are vegan, some eat meat. Is never going to be some 100% unity. Well, herein, all right, you are very correct. Some people, all right, and let's do this, all right, and we really got to go, but, again, you got great questions, man. You got to come to all the streams, brother. All right. Some people are vegan, some eat meat, okay? Should they fight about it physically and wipe each other out? Or should they mind their own fucking business and eat plants and do whatever, okay? One does not get to tell another one what to do, unfortunately. So, line in the sand argument is, keep your hands to yourself and be fucking adults about it. Put in your mouth what you want to put in your mouth. You do not get to dictate what others do the same. You may incentivize, you may encourage, you may ask, you may desire, but you may not demand, and you excessively may not force. That is entropy. You are creating heat. You're pissing each other off and fighting back and forth. Nothing is ever going to be solved that way. If you're fighting about food, nobody eats. Theoretically, for philosophical entertainment. Awesome question, man. We wish we could devote more time to it. And in another dimension in reality, we do. All right. Entropy is an entire thing, all right? Our book is literally thermodynamics at a price tag. If you don't, man, if you're dipping your feet in entropy, just wait till you get to thermodynamics. Wait till you get to metaphysics. We're a cosmological philosopher. Metaphysics is fucking crazy. Now, we're not a professional cosmological philosopher, but we play one on TV. We're not empirically validated, though we do have an education and, ironically, a minor in philosophy. That's the lowest one. It's the shittiest one. That's us, the shittiest internet celebrity, the shittiest show. Holy shit, we gotta go. Entropy is deeper than you thought. Well explained. Yeah, going just that sad entropy will always be Well, no, it'll only be lead as long as people make it. It's actually literally a choice. Okay, if you reinterpret Fiedler, you can make Landauer disposable logic. You need not utilize it. Theoretically, okay? And computationally, we've done it. Landauer's disposable logic, there need not be heat. Everyone can work together. Think of times past where people have lined up analytically, geometrically, superpositioning-wise, the likes of, think the times around King Solomon, where everyone worked together to do shit. If everyone were to do that and work together to do shit, it would be the same outcome. Think Tower of Babel, only holy shit, don't repeat Tower of Babel. We don't need another piss-off God and or insert deity belief system here to disseminate everyone and break the entire grid and structure. Theoretically, that's what happened in our, accountings of ancient mankind's recorded histories being wrong, obfuscated, and incorrect. Göbekli Tepe throws the entire argument out the window of mankind's origin and Hamline. Are the new non-native species on mankind's origin? That one, you can get a physical copy all day. Don't get a physical copy of that one, or whatever. I mean, you do what you do. All right, we got to go. Be sure you get out of here. We're going to read these last two, though. You got a very high IQ. I doubt it. We don't know. We don't know. We never learned how to do college until our last 2 years, but believe you me, we do feel that we have ascertained at least a little bit of enlightenment over the last couple years within that of the confines of subjective understandings that they're with. Metaphysics is crazy, and believe you me, theoretically, that of quantum tunneling, even crazier. Holy shit. Go to our IPFS site, man. You can look at all this stuff and not reverse these backwards. But our theoretical extension to David Deutsch's constructor theory, which, ironically, we've already computationally proved when we moved our metric kernel of data from Kaggle to Web3, it's already done. That's the thing. Empirics be damned. We can stick a middle finger up. We don't work for a big company. We're not under an NDA. We don't, need to adhere to that of an HR department anywhere. We're just a crazy old philosopher, right? Who just happens to have correct information in his closed-loop system. You need not be in it, okay? You don't need to ascribe to it. You don't need to buy into it. It doesn't matter to us. We don't care. We know that in of what is constructs and what is not. Theoretically, our novel extension, that little line between the red and the blue, okay? That's where we quantum tunneled that of our computation, our code. We literally moved a metric kernel of data from Kaggle to Web3, okay? Metric kernel data, that's a shit ton of information. We moved it into the future wild, wild west of the internet. It's in our IPFS site. Go check it out. Go play with it, okay? We gotta go. Stop asking questions. Blah, 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 blah. You're in the UK, Manchester. What's the best to buy, hard copy or digital? Brother, man, we got a bunch of books, so that's subjectively up to one's own interpretations thereof. Digital of this is going to be far cheaper than the physical. This is very expensive. Don't buy it. It's Wheeler Zip by Bit. Bit is free. Knowledge is free. Information is free. Sign up for Kindle Unlimited. You can read them all for free. But therein, it costs $250. Don't buy it. Okay? You jump in where you want to, okay? You can look through the titles. You can look through any of them that may resonate and stuff. If you like theological philosophy, if you like just goofing around philosophy, go with pickled punk philosophy. If I were in the UK, I'd probably start with pickled punk philosophy because, believe you me, there's some stuff that we feel might be a little messed up and stuff might be soaked in brine for you as well. But, again, it depends on wherein one's interests lie and that of whom desires to afford it there, too. But, unfortunately, we're out of time. We got to get out of here. Holy shit, we are late. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for having the time. Don't trip. Best questions ever, man. Swear. Amazing. Thank you for all of that. Be sure everyone takes care of themselves. First and foremost, there's only one you. We can't replace you easily by going around subscribing to ourselves. We got in trouble for it, believe you me. They told us knock it off. Take care of yourself first. There's only one you, and believe you me, you feel a role and a need and a necessitation in this world more so than you could ever know. Okay? Do good, be good. Look around, take care of anyone who really needs it second, because there are people out there who need help, don't know how to ask it. Then you look around the room, take care of anyone else that you like or love more than us. Maybe you like 6, 7 people more than us. Okay? Take care of them next. If you got anything left over at the end of the day, though, we'll take it, because believe you me, beggars can't be choosers. We don't want your subscription, we want your money. Downvote the shit out of this, go to Cashapp and give us a buck, or go to Amazon.com, search Shyzabox books and buy one of them. Cheers to you as well, don't trip. Get off our lawn!